One of the joys of having grandchildren is loving them, spoiling them, and then sending them back home to parents. But what happens when their home becomes your home? Many grandparents are finding themselves serving as the 24/7 parent. Raising grandchildren has become a grandparent's activity these days because their adult children cannot or will not raise them. Dr. Greg Smith is here with help for these unique parenting challenges. Dr. Smith is the director of the Human Development Center at Kent State University. Thanks for joining us today, Doctor.
It's a pleasure to be here.
So you're currently putting together programs to help both the grandmothers and the grandchildren. Tell us about those.
Yeah, we've been fortunate to receive funding from the National Institutes of Health to do a study that will be looking at different support programs for grandmothers who are raising grandchildren. And this is a project that Kent State University is the lead site on, but it also involves the University of North Texas in Dallas-Fort Worth, California State University outside of Los Angeles, and also University of Baltimore in the greater Washington, Baltimore, D.C. area.
So tell us the kinds of challenges we're talking about here.
Well, the challenges are, as you noted earlier when you were introducing the topic, this is a parenting responsibility that is coming to these grandparents at an age when they hadn't expected this to occur. And there's lots of challenges that one is, doing this at a time of life that one doesn't expect. There can be some financial challenges involved with taking a grandchild into your house. There is some social stigma that comes with this because it's sort of an out of the ordinary family kinds of circumstance, and just some physical demands of an older adult taking care of a child running around the house and things like that.
I would think that information has changed too. The fact is, 30 years ago or 40, when we raised our own kids, things were a lot different than they are, years and years and years later. And whether it's equipment, monitors, new stroke, all the different things. Is there places to find out about that stuff? Is that part of the program?
Well, that's part of our program. Certainly we want to provide that kind of information, and another thing is that grandmothers will be meeting with other grandmothers in groups that are led by other grandmothers who are peers who have had that kind of experience to share with them, and also with professional leaders. So it's kind of a jointly led kind of group format where about 10 grandmothers and those two leaders will get together for 10 weeks, and there will also be an opportunity for the children, the grandchildren, to receive care while the grandmothers are in the group, so they can make it easier for them to attend, and also be a light meal that'll be served either before or after each session, sort of a family kind of meal.
So if I'm understanding correctly, these sessions include some training, but also some ability to talk to others in your same situation so that you feel more comfortable and people are sharing their problems and success stories as well.
That's exactly right. And what we've learned, in doing these kinds of programs is that when grandmothers or any other caregiver or any other participant has the opportunity to share their experiences with each other and learn from each other, as well as the additional information that we are able to provide, that's extremely helpful.
If any of our viewers are in this circumstance, either raising grandchildren or that's going to be happening soon, can they participate in this program?
They sure can. In fact, we encourage them to do so, and we'll be running this program throughout the greater Cleveland area as well as in the Akron area, including North Canton and the surrounding areas. So anybody in those geographical areas who would be interested in participating, we have an 800 number, which I believe you have.
We'll put that up. Yeah. Is there a fee for this, a cost?
No, there's no cost. And as I said,
like that.
Yeah, and as I said, there's child care, and there's also a free meal, and the participants...
We'll give the phone number in just a second. Yeah. Thank you, Doctor, very much. Very good information.
Thank you.
Grandparents raising grandchildren deserve help, advice, and support, and that's what Dr. Smith's programs are working to provide. If you're interested in participating, call the number that's coming up next.
To learn more about Project COPE, call toll-free 855-260-2433 or email grandmothers@kent.edu. Next, your rights if your investments have crashed.